that was the Pistons game. At least what I managed to catch of it, because I missed about all three quarters prior to the one I was able to watch. So I missed pretty much all of the important fun beats, like Rui Hachimura yamming on the soul of somebody finally. I think that's his first poster. And oh, was it so sweet to watch. Rui Hachimura is coming into his own. Apparently he had 41 points on the Knicks, something I also missed, because I'm just like that dad that occasionally tries, but he just misses out at the worst possible time. But I'm happy that Rui Hachimura's aggressiveness is continuing to stay a consistent thing. He's also been able to stay healthy, so I think that's helped a lot. And as far as the trade deadline goes, the moves we made, I wasn't exactly giving it a glowing review, but for a first game, 3 blocks, 13, 15 points, only one missed shot. Kind of reminds me of that one Thomas Bryant game when the Wizards had just acquired him and he went off for like a perfect game against the Suns. Like he didn't miss a single shot. Seems like every time the Wizards get a center from a team in a trade, that center seems to become like a legitimate, useful piece. The only thing that it will have to persist is giving him minutes and time. I noticed that Beal was out in the fourth, and I'm wondering if that's just minutes restriction because he had right knee soreness that hadn't been addressed, I guess. So, not sure what happened there, but the Wizards managed to do the Wizards thing, and instead of letting themselves just win the game in a comfortable fashion, apparently they gave up a 31-point lead. When I had looked at my phone on the way home, I was like, they're up 20, so should be good, but it's the Wizards, so it might be competitive by the time I get home. And sure enough, it was. They managed to blow that lead, and then in the fourth quarter, I got to see Rui take control, hit a couple fadeaways, and Russ get some really good assists. And it was crazy because I just happened to like sneak a peek at the stat line. And like normally, again, I'm not a stats guy where it's like, oh man, he had this many things. Like I don't really like that because if we lost, it kind of is pointless. I mean, there's some things you can take from that, but for the most part, they're kind of pointless to me. But Jesus Christ, I think Russ got 19 boards, or he might have gotten the 20th because when I looked at it, it was 18. That's all, dude. One of the best rebounding point guards of all time, man. Crazy stuff. Chandler Hutchinson didn't play, so can't really gauge his game yet because we haven't seen him play yet. Saw a lot of Jerome Robinson instead, which was interesting. I'm curious to see why Gafford didn't play much in the second half. I don't know who was a part of that whole letting the team come back, letting the Pistons come back into it. But it's cool to see the Wizards get somewhat of a victory. So, hey, the Wizards got to win. Being mediocre means that you just have to enjoy the wins as they come, but also be emotionally prepared for the losses when they also spring up. So, Wizards beat Pistons. Dan Gafford has a really dope debut. Rui Hachimura's yamming on souls. Bradley Beal gets his scoring thing on. Garrison Matthews did some things as well. Robin Lopez was decent. That's really all it boils down to is the supporting cast decent and are the stars on. And with the Wizards, it's pretty much just a game of I have no idea. We don't know. Because I feel like other fans of other teams can look at certain players and be like, all right, we know what we're getting from him. We know we're getting him. We just need this from said player. Wizards, everyone has to be in perfect sync and everything has to go right. So yeah, Wizards get a win against the Pistons. Wizards are playing the Pacers next. Shout out to Karis LeVert for overcoming literal cancer. That's such a dope thing, and I'm just so happy for him after a trade saved his life, which is crazy. I think he's the only player that's allowed to be happy about getting traded. Next to those who have forced trades, I think he's the one that's happiest about getting traded from the Nets to the Pacers. So they have that going on. There was a bit of noise but it seemed more from outside as far as them moving guys. It seems like they haven't had that same first half energy that they had when they started out. Pacers are sort of very competitive team at times, and it seems they just have certain things that keep them from getting over the hump. Like they just don't have that next level, but they do have star players, and I think they are pretty darn good, which means against the Wizards, the Wizards have definitely tried against above 500 teams and have had a winning record against above 500 teams. So I'll be interested to see if they try. If they try, then the game will be interesting. If they don't, or if the Pacers employ like a legitimate defense, then yikes. We will see if any kind of momentum carries over from this win. But again, it's the Wizards, so who knows? Well, this guy says the Wizards might be good at shifting gears, but have they ever taken the Pacer test? It's one of the most horrifying tests of all time. We'll see if they can pass. Up, down, one. Or how does it? I don't remember. WizWatch.